US President Barack Obama has touched down in Jakarta, where he spent 4 years as a boy in the late 1960s. He's expected to cement a so-called comprehensive agreement with Indonesia, which is looking for a greater role on the world stage. President Obama is struggling against rising Chinese influence in the broader region and local Islamists intent on blunting his message of reconciliation. Indonesia correspondent Matt Brown reports from Jakarta.
After almost 40 years, Barack Obama's finally made it back to Indonesia, where he spent 4 years as a boy.
This is like an icing on the cake. President Obama's visit to Indonesia gives that additional taste to the relationship that are already very strong.
However, despite the sentimentality, the focus will be on great power politics at a time when the president's power is on the wane. Fresh from his Indian trade push, Mr. Obama plans to sign a comprehensive partnership worth billions. It will tie Indonesia more closely to America's economic, security and diplomatic agenda. But during years of US neglect, China made deep inroads here, and the US does not have free rein.
I think forcing us to choose between US or China is never a good idea. In fact, as the foreign ministry will tell you, we now prefer what we call a dynamic equilibrium, whereby we maintain equal and comprehensive partnerships with both the US and China.
Indonesia's top priority is infrastructure. And as if to underline their challenge, a Chinese delegation's just left Jakarta, pledging more than $6.5 billion for ports and roads. Mr. Obama's also flying into a very different sort of struggle between hardline Islamists and the moderate Muslims he'll praise in a keynote speech tomorrow. His presidency coincided with a rise in US popularity here, but on the weekend, the hardliners held the stage.
But the reality until now, Obama still continue his operation, American operation in Muslim countries such as Iraq and Afghanistan. So we believe the reality, not his talk.
These are what we call the usual suspects. They are anti-America, they are anti-West, but they do not necessarily represent the sentiments of the majority of Indonesians.
On the security front, intensified military links are already controversial after Indonesian troops were videoed torturing Papuan detainees. There's still no news on an investigation promised by Indonesia's president, and human rights groups are urging Mr. Obama to pull back from equipment sales and training.
Failing to address the fact that the military is essentially a rogue military, that it is unaccountable for its abuses, is a problem for U.S. policy insofar as the military represents a threat to Indonesian democracy.
More than 8,000 police and 5,000 soldiers are standing by to secure the capital. Barack Obama's outdoor speech has even been moved indoors because of general concerns about his security. Matt Brown, Lateline.